are starting with our first icebreaker question of the show. Now, this past Monday night, main event, Jey Uso went against Gunther in their second bout for the World Heavyweight Championship since WrestleMania, in their first bout since WrestleMania, and Gunther beat him and becoming a two-time World Heavyweight Champion. And the question all week people have been asking is the fact that did they drop the Uso? Who wants to start this question? He's the only father, so I'll let the father go.
I was about to say, don't wish that on me. Thank you.
I am a dad, and my child is currently whining. I'm about to take him out the cage.
You a dog dad.
That sounded like somebody should really call Child Protective Services for you. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, he can't run around in my apartment so he can piss on my floor anytime he feels like it.
Well, at least when you pull up in court with the Modelo and the Red Bull, they gonna know you real.
Oh, you're talking about a dog. You're right. Okay, my bad. See, I gotta relax. No, I don't think they dropped the ball on Jey Uso. I felt like him winning the title was the right thing to do, like Kofi Mania. You run with the times. Sometimes the tide has passed, and it is what it is. Motherfuckers are still gonna be yeeting. I'm yeeting right now. We yeet all week. It's just a yeet affair. If everything else goes wrong, you yeet. So why are we mad? Just yeet. As long as you yeeting, everything gonna be all right. Just keep yeeting. That's how I feel.
Eric, you go next.
Yeah. So this is how I feel about it. I don't feel like it was a bad thing because we've seen short title runs in the past, right? We've seen short title runs, and we've seen people recover from short title runs and title losses, even ones that didn't make sense. We've seen people recover in the past. Now Jey Uso's in the King of the Ring tournament. Honestly, I think this is like a future question we're going to ask in this episode, but I think we all see the writing on the wall and what's going to happen. Probably Jey Uso is going to be Jey Uso, Sami Zayn in the finals of the King of the Ring. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm cool with that too, but Sami Zayn's going to win. But
look, anything but him being in a tag team with his brother. At this point,
yeah, I don't. I agree with you. I don't want them to break glass in case of emergency because they've been hinting at it with Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston because they have a video of Kofi and Xavier looking at the monitor after the match, and they're kind of laughing at Jey Uso.
Yeah, see, I'm good on that. I don't. No, I'm not mad at all at the Usos versus the New Day because you're just guaranteed to see a classic, right?
Right, 5-star match.
I just don't want that for Jimmy or Jay, even though they ain't doing shit with Jimmy. But Jay, you don't make him a superstar and just be like, you know what?
We gave you your run.
The bigger plan here is CM Punk beating Gunther and Seth Rollins cashing in the Money in the Bank. That's what we need to focus on.
You think that's going to happen? I don't think that's going to happen.
No, I think he's going to cash in on Cody. That's just my opinion, but that's neither here nor there. My brother thinks something totally different. He thinks he's going to cash in on Cena and turn Cena babyface again. I said, that don't make no sense, but I like that move.
Tyler?
What you call it? I got a couple different thoughts. Can I be petty for a second?
Yes.
I thought all y'all that was angry said that baby faces weren't supposed to have long title reigns. I thought y'all said heels are supposed to be the ones with the long title reigns.
This is where we need the Funk Flex ball. The Funk Flex.
Boy, he is not being petty. He's being an asshole. I like it.
Why y'all complaining? This is what y'all said. Ain't this how it is? It's just how it is. Baby faces are better in the chase, right? The championship rings ain't supposed to be good and all this other stuff. Now, mind you, I don't buy this rhetoric. I think that the quality of a champion is determined by what they do with the title. Hey man, a rhetoric.
Man, Todd, come on with these $5 words. I'm on food stamps. What are you doing?
Hey man, that word's at least $37. I don't know what you're talking about.
Damn it. Shit.
Man, I got a whole Domino's meal with that word.
I thought that was the white dude rhetoric. You sound like a skateboard.
Hey, I'm just, I got a lot of words in the bank. Sometimes I got to shuffle through them to keep it interesting for myself. You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
just put it in investment stocks, my nigga. Invest in stocks. That's
I
what you need to
tried.
do.
I lost money. But the point I will make
I
is
hear
this.
you.
What do you call it? Pettiness aside, I get why people are upset. I feel like people felt something pretty similar to when Big E won the championship years ago, and they, threw him out of the ranks well earlier than he should have been, all for the sake of doing Roman and Brock in a double title
Yeah, I
match that
wasn't happy
basically
about that.
caused all that double title
I
match
wasn't happy
caused
about
all the
that.
chaos we stuck with right now. Okay,
Yep.
the belts haven't been the
It did
same since they unified them.
at all. At all.
So
We don't even know what the name of. 1 minute is the WWE Championship. Next minute it's the undisputed WWE Championship. What the fuck is
one
that?
minute, 1 minute, John Cena's actually an 18-time champion. The minute after, WWE goes, "Oh shit, we got to fix this so that we can keep with the 17 brand." And the whole point I'm trying to make is this: um, does it suck? Sure. Could Jay have gone on longer with the belt? Sure. But there are two things that make this less of an annoyance for me. Number
I'm
one,
listening.
I've been watching people hold these belts captive for over a year, for 5 years. Okay. I watched Bianca Belair hold the championship for well over a year. Gunther is Intercontinental champion for well over a year, even though I enjoyed that one. Roman Reigns hold the world championship for 4. Cody hold the belt for 1. And most of these were happening around the same time, right? Like there was very little variety in championship changes to where it just felt like if you had the belt, well, he ain't losing it till the fall. Well, they ain't losing it till this. Well, they're not losing it till Mania because they feel like Mania is the only place where you can have dramatic changes in pay-per-views, which is a shame. You got to spread the wealth. And in the case of Jey Uso, Jay didn't have to hold the belt for a long time. Most people weren't expecting him to hold the belt for a long time. Now, I agree he could have lost it on pay-per-view, which is ironic because he lost it the day after the pay-per-view. But in the same token, losing it on Raw is interesting because you rarely have world title changes on Raw. Whether it was executed correctly or not, I'm not really sure because I don't know what the hell they're about to do with Gunther because the rumor is Goldberg, and I don't like the idea of that match happening. Because
Boy,
if it's supposed to happen at a Saturday night's main event,
I was shit all over that. You think I'm bullshit? You
that
think
is
what I say
terrible.
about AEW
That's
is
that's
bad?
why that's why Eric Adams is my icon today, because if that happens, that's the
But here's
same face I'm gonna have on.
but here's my thing: if you're gonna do that, at least put it on pay per view so that Goldberg, because
That
the way that I feel, Goldberg's gonna be like, really, you guys gonna have me retire on a TV special? Nah,
boy.
I need you to run that back, and it's gonna be like
You
we're
mean
gonna
to
be in
tell me you're
the
not
cycle.
retired yet? The fuck?
We're
Right.
gonna
Boy,
bring this. That's
Nobody wants to
assuming
see
that that's
Goldberg.
true. That is assuming that that's true because the rumor is that he's supposed to be on Raw tomorrow and all this other crap. I'll
I
believe it
quit.
when I see it.
I
Well,
quit.
here's how I feel.
I
I'm
fucking
going with
quit.
you.
Um, here's how I feel about it. Jey Uso, I don't think it'll be his last time being world champion. He's too big a star and too reliable of a crowd draw for them to not think about him as a backup option for the belt. So I think he will be fine in the long run.
Think about next
However,
one?
it probably won't be for a good part of the year that he'll touch that belt or sniff it. Probably going in the next year because the way that things are looking, that belt looks like it's on reserve for a while. So
A
yeah,
good
does it
year and a
suck
half too.
does it suck for Jay? Yeah. Does he deserve another chance at the championship? I do feel that. Although, if I could be petty again, watching Jay lose his life for the championship made me feel a lot better about what happened at Mania. I'm not gonna lie to you. I felt Gunther didn't avenge the loss completely because that shit shouldn't have happened. But hey,
He tapped.
this is a decent consolation. That was
He
hilarious.
tapped. He tapped.
Yeah, that was
But can
hilarious.
but can we say the bright side about Jey Uso's title run? Because what I'm not liking is, oh, was it a shitty title run? Fuck y'all for thinking that it was. I like this title run. As short as it was, and there's only what 2 months. I like the title run. I like I like what they did with him as a champion. He was a fighting champion. He signed up for everything. He got a little bit. He got too cocky in his position, and he just started signing up for shit that he shouldn't have signed up for. And that's what made the storyline make sense. he was involved in too much shit that he didn't realize, nigga, you still the champion. You got to worry about me. You barely beat me.
Yeah,
Beating you twice already.
There's definitely like things you can take from that can explain why he lost it.
Exactly.
And like if he was a distracted champion, that's fine. But if I could be petty for a third time,
Sure. Just
so
changing it,
just
change the name to
for,
Petty Ty. Ty Petty.
you can't say petty without Ty. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? Man, fuck y'all.
Thank you.
Nah, I'm playing. I'm playing half a little bit. But no, because at the end of the day, Jay will be okay. He will be back at it. WWE does hold a lot of these things a certain way. But y'all were all talking about the moment. We need the WrestleMania moment. We need the WrestleMania moment.
You got it.
This is why I'm not a fan of this dopamine, get a high type of mentality. Because if y'all's main thing was getting Jay the championship, no, what? No, not necessarily.
Who's talking about crack?
Hey, yo, Eric Adams, strike this nigga down. What are you doing? You up
He
there
said crack.
nothing. What are you doing?
You said crack. You said crack.
He said dopamine, bro. That's not the same
Stay on
thing.
topic. Stay on topic, guys. Stay on topic.
The point I'm trying to make is, look, it's funny for me to watch people lose their mind over this because everybody wanted the Mania moment. They were so stuck on the Mania moment. They said Gunther losing was the right call. Jay is over. Yada yada. This and that. So there's a pettiness. There's a funny and irony. That's the word I'm looking for. There's an irony to all of this. But at the end of the day, Jay getting the accomplishment is a blessing in itself. Do I think it was the right thing to do, considering we about to get this makeshift nonsense? No. Am I happy Gunther got the belt back? Yes, because hopefully they can make good on the second run compared to the first run, where his reign
sucked.
Too.
Sucked.
Right. So let's try to fix it, and I'll put it to you this way: Jay will most likely be around this tier of the card for a while, and probably sometime next year we'll be getting that championship opportunity again. Legitimate.
I hope you're wrong about this Goldberg shit. I mean, y'all think I sit on AEW. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. It's gonna be straight laxative all through the backstage brawl.
Wait, what?
What? I'm dead ass serious.
Yo.
Willie G and his fool's bad thriller kick.
We can never be monetized again. What are you doing,
sir?
What are you saying? Look, fuck Willie G.
Bro, that man is
This is a Wendy's, sir.
No, that dude had all chin, no neck. Pause. Do you see that, man? Did you see that image that was just on the screen? How do you live like that? Your face, you look like them pixies from the Fairly Odd Parents. Your head is shaped like a square.
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
Yo,
why are you like
why his suit like a turtleneck?
No, put that back on the screen. Put the image back on the screen. Look at it. Why are you shaped like this?
First off.
Why? Where is your neck? Pause. Where did it?
Yo, Wendy's looking like tomato sauce or Alfredo.
Man,
leave Brian Winterhorse alone.
God really said head plopped on shoulders. Called it a day. You have no foundation.
Leave Brian Winterhorse alone.
Oh man, leave Wendy alone, man.
He looks like Dorian.
If I try to go for a DDT on that man, I'm gonna fall and land like I jumped off the Hell in a Cell.
You realize he ain't got a tie on, right? He ain't got a necktie.
That man is allergic to neck.
The mask. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yo, you
remember the mask with
turtlenecks.
Nah, you remember the mask where dude put the mask on? Dorian put the mask on?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what you look like.
Oh no. That man could never dress up as Fred from Scooby Doo.
You remember when Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory had the big ass chin?
Oh, the handsome Dexter?
Yes.
Do not adjust your set. Hold on. I got you. Don't even worry.
Oh my god.
Don't even worry about it.
Fromage.
I let that do fromage.
Overly.
All right. So on the flip side of Jey Uso losing the title, right? Was it like, if you were to, how would you have booked his title run this go around?
Oh, I got you.
What this? Wait.
I could start off.
Run it back.
No. Basically, with Jey Uso losing the title, right?
Mm-hmm.
Looking at it, in retrospect, how would you have booked his run as a champion if you had
Bro,
the pin?
they did it right.
You felt they did it right?
Yes. Nobody
Right.
took. But you want to hear something crazy? The same people that's bitching that he lost the title were the same people bitching that he got the title. Because they was going to try to figure out how is he's not a world heavyweight title competitor. And nobody foresaw him beating Gunther because he lost to him twice.
Yo, Eric, you should have never found this
Against
photo.
Seth Rollins, and we all saying like, how the fuck is they going to get through this blunder? Because it's
Why?
Seth Rollins.
Why?
So,
All
I
right,
mean,
so
they booked him right, even how he lost it. He had it for a good amount of time to where he was credible. And he's now credible.
This is how I know.
He's like The Miz.
Oh,
100% in the same boat as The Miz.
that's crazy.
Ty, so would you like to take a stab at it?
If the whole point was for him to, I think that Jey Uso's storyline of being a champion that was overwhelmed with all of the complications and all of the responsibilities that came with being a champion, being his main story, I think that should stay, like that part of it should stay, because we just agreed that he was a distracted champion, and part of that came from the fact that he was taking on a lot, in terms of what was happening on the TV show. So for me, what I would change particularly would be, well, first of all, how he won it. I would have had it been a lot more dramatic as opposed to like kind of just dragging and then having this unexpected finish. I would have had Jey Uso's championship victory mirror Eddie Guerrero's from No Way Out 04. In terms of the sentiment, in terms of the execution, I think it would have made more sense. It would have protected both men a lot more. And it also would have given us a chance to do a rematch, similar to how Benoit and Triple H had their rematches between the triple threat matches and the singles matches in 04. As you can see, I'm really diving into 20 years ago because they've written this story before, mind you. What do you call it? The rematch with Gunther, Jey wins in a more credible fashion, but he still doesn't beat Gunther definitively, so there's still juice there for a future encounter, right? Jey Uso gets past Gunther and essentially tries to be the fighting champion. He wants to prove to everybody that he is worthy of this championship beyond just, hey, I got past the guy I beat it for. Pause. So what you do is you have Jey basically do a similar thing to like a Bret Hart, where he's trying to give the roster opportunities. We're having title matches on TV more often, being more of a fighting champion than we've seen of most past champions. Probably more reminiscent of Seth Rollins, if anything, but more on TV. Because if you utilize the TV, which is where Jey gets a lot of his biggest reactions on a consistent basis, we could build this reign to where he's facing people on the roster. He could face some of his friends. He could face some of his enemies. He could give Sami Zayn an open title shot, which could help Sami's story because he's coming up short in these title reigns, right? You could have a scenario where Jey is in the corner and he's dazed, and Sami, he does the thing where he puts his hand over his face, and he's over here about to do the haluva kick, and he runs for the haluva kick, and Jey ducks down. Sami's stuck in the ropes. Jey catches him with a schoolboy. 1, 2, 3. Wins. He escapes as champion. And you can have Jey essentially become more of like an environmentalist and a ring general, in the sense that like he's not controlling the matchup with his expertise, but he is controlling his victories with like intelligent victories. He doesn't have to win off of super kick parties all the time and the splashes and all that, right? You could see him busting out moves from his family legacy. You see him do the rock punches all the time. You could hit a Rikishi driver potentially and adopt that as an alternate finish. You could see him winning off of roll-ups and pinning combinations. Maybe he adopts a submission. He's trying to grow into the championship role. He's showing that he really takes it seriously, and he's more in depth than he already was, which is a storyline that we saw in the background in him going into the world title scene, because this man was trying to do poison ranas and trying to kill himself and other people. I can't say that on YouTube, can I? In GTA, kill himself in GTA. I'm sorry, let me use the thing from
on the live.
He was trying to hurt people while hurting himself. Pause. What? He was trying to hurt Syndicate, and it wasn't working.
Crazy. That was wild.
He was trying to hurt Syndicate, and it didn't work. So like him,
he's one of the hurt niggas.
He was trying
about a man with no neck.
He was.
We hurt niggas. We hurt niggas.
The point I'm trying to make is him growing into that role of being that champion, trying to add moves, trying to do this. And I think it would be a nice touch, detail wise, if he's trying to add moves and he can't execute them correctly because he hasn't mastered them yet. So he's trying to do certain things. Yeah, it's a small detail.
Is it Pokemon?
No, it's a storytelling device. If we're gonna keep calling this storytelling, we can use all different literary devices. If he's trying to use different moves that he's not familiar with yet, they could backfire and it could almost cost him the title. And it adds to the drama of the match because now you see Jey is trying to accomplish this overall goal, but because he doesn't have all the pieces together yet, he's messing up, which could cause him to lose everything. And that's compelling.
Sorry.
That's compelling.
Road rage. My bad.
No, you good. But I think that's compelling, and I think that would have added to the overall story of him taking on too much responsibility, or he's not completely prepared for everything yet, which when he eventually would lose the title, similar to how he did here, where he loses it to somebody who is better than him, someone who's more refined and knows what this type of stake means, it'll drive him to continue to work hard so that when he goes after the title again in his second and or third reign, he becomes the champion he's always been working to be. So that's why those are the changes that I would make. As far as the matchups in between, the entire roster is game to be opponents for Jey Uso because he has connections to most of the big players, and you can exhaust a lot of those options early because again, the reign was never going to be long to begin with, right?
We knew that. Yeah.
So you can speed through a lot of these matchups and build smaller stories or add to existing stories, like in the Sammy example, and you would have been fine. But those are the main story beats that I would have liked to have seen. The main details that I would have liked to have seen. Everything else is adaptable.
Good shit. What about you, E, before we move on? Anything to add?
I got 2 words. No, I'm not going to pull Charles Barkley. Nash and Paul. I agree. I think
gotta relax.
I think the best thing for Jey Uso. I'm sorry, y'all hear that bull in the background. I think the best thing for Jey Uso is to lose this title because yes, he was distracted.
I like that move, Genocide Circus. I like that move. I like that move right there. I'm sorry, Eric. I thought it was apropos because that's your thing, and he gave you a good idea to go along with our.
Well, actually, he said that while you were talking. Actually.
Oh, word! I'm late, yeah. Genocide Circus. I'm sorry. I'm late.
So I agree with Tyler. Like, you could use like. Because what do people on the internet say? Oh, Jey Uso's repertoire, his move set is only yeah. I agree with you, but use it.
No, we're just using it as a reference.
Right, use it to your advantage.
Like remember during the tag match at Money in the Bank? Not to cut you off, Eric, but remember when Logan Paul's knee buckled when he was doing the full front flip on the buckshot lariat, and then Jey caught him with that super kick. Those are the kind of like things I was talking about in terms of messing up a move and it leads to someone's downfall, because that looked natural as it could be, right? Whether it was planned or not, it looked like something that was in place in the match, not out of place. You get what I'm saying?
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you have those title matches, and you have Jey Uso try to do these moves and everything, and his whole thing during this particular run was what? People say I can't do it. People say I'm not worthy enough to be champion. People say I got this, I got that, blah 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 blah. But he's going out there proving himself. Like, yeah, you could have had that. Jey Uso's like, yo, I got something to prove every night. Let me show y'all why I deserve to be world heavyweight champion. Let me show y'all that I earned this. Yeah, I agree. Let's give him his own finisher. I agree. Let's not. And look, borrowed spear, borrowed from Roman. Uso splash is now a setup more than a finisher. So it's like you could do that, like Jey Uso proving himself every night, because he sees. Look, I see the people, saying things about me. I see the doubters. Gunther saying I can't do it. This person saying I can't do it. But then I even though I have it. So let me constantly prove myself to y'all. Let me show y'all why I'm world heavyweight champion. Let me show y'all what I can do and that I can entertain y'all. I'm more than a sideshow. I'm more than a tag team specialist. Like, yeah, I agree with Tyler. I agree with that.
Yeah. That's right. And that's why I'm your GM. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm.
All right. I'll let you have that one.
You gave him the alley for that one. So,
The layers
Speaking
are
of-
snapping down on the booking. You feel me?